Inter are winning the Scudetto this year. Juventus are going to win the Scudetto with former Interista Thiago Motta in 2026. So the 2025-2026 Campionato. Thiago Motta last won the Scudetto as a player, as a member of Inter in 2009-2010. The only time that he won a Scudetto. 15 seasons of Serie A would be played in between. Then 16 years later, after 2010, Thiago Motta is going to win the Scudetto. So 15 seasons, 2011 to 2020, 2020 to this year's campaign, 2025. 15 full seasons would be played. Then 16 years after Thiago Motta won the Scudetto, Juventus win the Scudetto with Thiago Motta as manager. Thiago is Camacho 60. Juventus won 60 domestic trophies when you exclude the stripped Scudetto titles due to the Calciopoli scandal, where Juventus were villainized. Every club was involved in Calciopoli. But anyway, that's for another discussion. And notice how Juventus, they won their 15th Coppa Italia before Motta became the manager. So that's 36, that's 46, that's 51, and 9 Coppa Italia. So Juventus have 60 domestic titles with Thiago Motta before he became the manager. Thiago Motta is Camacho 48. The record as manager, he had 48 wins before he became Juventus manager. He became Juventus manager on July the 1st of 2024, was the first day of his contract. The first day, the 7th month in 2024 is 8. So 16 7-day numerology represents the fact that Juventus are going to win the Scudetto 16 years after Thiago Motta won Scudetto as a player. That's the meaning of the day that he became manager of Juventus. What about some new faces on Juventus? Lots and lots of new faces in the Bianconeri. Dusan Vlahovic. I think we need to go to the 2024-2025 Juventus. Vlahovic is going to be a big part of this. I think the Serie A campaign's going to say more. So 2024-2025 Serie A. '15 prior Serie A's under the organization, under its own league committee. Then Motta is going to win the next year. Motta is Camacho 16. Or Motta is Camacho 15. Let's do the Camacho of the old lady, La Vecchia Signora. The main thing that we can show that Juventus are going to win, obviously, is the obvious storyline. The obvious storyline of Thiago Motta is going to unseat his former team, kind of like Antonio Conte, former Juventus manager, dethrones Juventus Scudetto dominance that began under his Juventus tenure. Now Thiago Motta is going to carry Juventus to Scudetto as a former Inter player. And Juventus and Inter coach and managers partaking in each club is actually pretty common to see these guys manage and play with multiple of the big sides of Italia. But 33 goal differential is Juventus FC, is Gematria of Thiago. So that would be 6 years after 2020 that Juventus win the Scudetto again. When did Juventus last win the Scudetto? During the time of the coronavirus. Virus is Gematria 26. Juventus win the Scudetto again in a year ending in 26. The team with the most Scudettos is going to win the Scudetto in 2026. Naturally, that would be Juventus, and they last won during the COVID pandemic. Thiago Motta, his Bologna team scored 107 goals. Scudetto is 107. Championship, Campionato is Gematria 107. "35 wins as Bologna manager. Now is going to become champion as the future manager of Juventus. What was the actual point in time that Juventus won the Scudetto against Sampdoria? Sampdoria is Gematria 42. I think Thiago Motta is 42 years of age. Juventus last won the Scudetto when they defeated Sampdoria in that year. Kenan Yildiz. Kenan's Gematria 18 prior seasons of the this is Juventus 19, and it'd be 18 prior consecutive seasons in the top flight before they win the Scudetto again. Kenan Yildiz is Gematria of Juve. 58 is also Gematria of Real Madrid Club de Football. It'd be his first Scudetto as a player. What's the day numerology of July 26th of 2020? Well, this is a 19 one-day numerology. 26 is 8, July is 7, so 8 and 7 is 15, 2020 is 4, so that's 19. That's a 19 one-day in numerology. And again, a 19-day numerology that Juventus last won the Scudetto. We need to go back to Juventus. So basically, Juventus last winning the Scudetto on a 19 one-day numerology. They're going to win the Scudetto again in their 19th consecutive season in the top flight of Italian football. When Inter dethroned Juventus, it was their 19th Scudetto. So when Juventus win the Scudetto again, and Milan proceeded to win their 19th Scudetto the following season. So when Juventus win the Scudetto, it is going to happen in their 19th consecutive season in the top flight of Italian football.